Oh yeah, what's going on, people? Lovely people, good people. What's going on, people, man? Shout out to everyone tuning in. You know what it is, man. You know the face, you know the name. Aaron here, back again with another video. I always try and get through that as quickly as possible, but I need to take my time. Yeah, I need to take my time with that. Listen, shout out to everyone tuning in once more. You know what it is, man. It's road to 13k. We're nearly there. I think we have passed 12.9, so we're closing in, man. Closing in. Last time I checked, it was like 12,989, so we're just over 10 subscribers away from 13k. So if you haven't subscribed, man, please do so. Take your time to do that. Get active in the comment section below, and hey, you thought because it was the international break, I wasn't going to release no content. Psych! We're always releasing content over here. So yeah, man, shout out to everyone tuning in, man. I appreciate your support, your love. And let's get to it, man. Listen, France, Italy. International football is back for the time being for 2 weeks. And France lost 3-1 at home to Italy. I'm not going to say it was a slapping because it really wasn't that. Because if you haven't watched the game and then you see the scoreline, you might think, rah, like this is actually a slapping, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was just France being really bad at the back. And actually, I'm going to start with France. It was just France being very, very fragile at the back, allowing Italy almost too much at certain points, getting away with a lot of stuff. Italy had one chance where the ball was like somebody played a cross ball from the left-hand side to the back post. It was headed back to Fratesi. Fratesi heads it onto the crossbar. Mignon, I don't know if he got a hand to it. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was Retegi who then headed it over the bar. So yeah, France got away with a lot of things, man. It did start very well for France because they scored after 13 seconds. And I have to say, Bradley Barcola, this kid has such a bright future ahead of him. Like he's so good. He's really, really good, man. And at that age, to be tearing leagues apart like he's doing in Ligue 1 right now, to be doing it on the international stage, and he's kind of shown flashes of brilliance. He's shown flashes of brilliance at the Euros as well. Listen, that left-hand side, in my opinion, is his. I'm going to say it, bro. That left-hand side is his. Now, when you see him play, you would think, oh, he's a tall guy, quite lanky, long legs. So he's not really the quickest. I mean, we've seen enough examples of tall, lanky guys with long legs supposedly not being quick. But then when you see them run, you're like, oh, okay. I understand. I fully understand. It was the case with Yaya Toure. It was the case with Abu Diaby. It was the case with Paul Pogba. Like, these guys are deceptively quick. You see them with their long legs and you're thinking, and you're thinking, I can catch up to him. Nah, no way. Because they will just shrug you off, bro. They'll just make sure they keep you at arm's... Ugh, can't even speak properly. They keep you at arm's length. So, Barcola is that type of winger. Very deceptively quick, very technical. He can push a ball forward and just breeze past you with ease. And that's where that little pace kicks in the first few yards. Boom, that burst of explosiveness. And I really enjoyed his game yesterday. Really, really good game, man. Like I said, they started in the perfect of ways. France, after 13 seconds, good finish by Barcola. And you're thinking, this is where France now need to grab the game by the scruff of the neck or take control of the game and, and just, go on and do the same thing and try and wrap up the game as quickly as possible. But I don't know, man. It was quite the opposite. It was quite the opposite. A lot of shaky performances in that France team. Jonathan Klaus, the right back who plays for Marseille. I'm not going to lie, man, not the best of games. Allowed way too much, and a lot of those goals in the second half, he was just in no man's land, just found himself very confused, when he's meant to be an experienced defender, an experienced right back. And it just did not look good, man. That goal that happened, the equaliser, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The Italy equaliser, it was down his side. So again, you're just being made look like a mug. Do you know what I mean? The centre-back partnership wasn't the best, in my opinion. William Saliba, Ibrahima Konate didn't look the best, didn't look at the peak of their game, because we know they're both good defenders. But yesterday, it just looked like the Italian forwards were a handful, bro. And it was like Italy didn't just have one forward where, that one forward is the focal point. No, they had different outlets. They had Retegui, Raspadori, Fratesi. And then in the second half, in the first half as well, sometimes you'd see Tonali move forward as well. Sometimes you'd see other people come in and join the attack. It was very hard for France to pick up very hard for France to choose who to mark, because everyone was chipping in terms of attack when it came to Italy. So the centre-back partnership wasn't at their best either. Who played left back? I can't remember off the top of my head, so I'm going to have to circle back on that one. The midfield, man. Ooh, that was the big miss yesterday. Fofana, Kante, and Griezmann. That was not good at all. Oh, my word. Yusuf Fofana, I know he just got his move from Monaco to AC Milan, but, bro, you don't look like somebody who just got a move to a big club, because that performance yesterday wasn't good at all. Misplaced passes, late for challenges, picking up a yellow card as well, if I'm not wrong. He was all over the place, man. He was all over the place, and it looked like he needed some help, and you would have thought that help would have come from Kante. He had an awful game as well. Late for challenges. Usually he's the one always first, or when somebody messes up, he's usually the one to be cleaning up. And don't get me wrong, in the first half? Yeah, the first half, we seen him do a little bit of cleaning here and there, bail out his teammates and whatnot. But after that, he kind of disappeared, really. Disappeared a lot during the game, didn't really see him that much. Kante, Fofana, that was not good at all, man. But if that brings any sort of positivity to France fans, despite both of them being bad, Kante was probably the better midfielder in terms of like Kante and Fofana. Griezmann, I don't know, man. Griezmann, I don't know. I said it on my TikTok yesterday, and I was talking about Didier Deschamps. You have to know when to stop. And I'm going to apply the same thing for Griezmann here. I know he's been a pivotal player for France in almost every tournament that they've played since 2014. 2014, he was important. 2016, he was important. 2018, obviously they won the World Cup. He was important. 2020, he was important. 2022, he was important. So I understand that you don't want to give up on a player that's been so important for France for many, many years. However, like I said, you have to know when to stop. I swear he's like 33, 34. What, you're going to play him until he's 36? I want you guys to tell me, are you confident that you can sit there, watch me and say, Aaron, World Cup 2026, Griezmann is going to be in the starting 11? Because if that's the case, then something's wrong. Because at some point, bro, like I said, you kind of have to know when to stop, and you have to. And I'm not saying his performance was so bad that he has to retire internationally. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is youngsters are coming up. You've got to, know when to let go. Know when to say, you know what, the youth is coming up, the new generation's coming up. Let me take a step back. Let me be on the bench. And when I do come on, I can make a difference, because having Griezmann come off the bench is not the worst thing, bro. It's not the worst thing in the world. So I don't know, man. I feel like Didier Deschamps kind of forcing it a little bit with Griezmann. But I understand, like I said, he's somebody that he can rely on because he's been so good for so many years and so many tournaments. Yes, it's just a bit of a weird one, man, with Griezmann, because I'm just looking at the age, and I also don't want him to tarnish his own legacy. I don't want him to have that. Do you know what I mean? I don't want him to have that legacy where people look back and say, oh, Griezmann was so amazing, but then, but towards the end, X, Y, and Z. Do you know what I mean? I don't want that to happen to someone like Griezmann. So that's my opinion on him, man. The front line, that's why I was so excited to watch the game. The front line was Kylian Mbappe in the 9, Elise on the right, and Barcola, who I spoke about, was on the left. Michael Elise, very good first call-up, I believe. Very good first cap. Didn't have an awful game, but didn't have an amazing game either. It was something in between. But it was good enough, in my opinion. It was good enough. He's shown why he's been called up, flashes of brilliance here and there, a few skills here and there to excite the crowd and whatnot. So I would say it was a solid performance. And obviously, I'm not going to expect him to be hitting the ground running from the first game. I mean, he's still young. You know, he's still discovering the French national team. And as weird as this sounds, as Premier League fans, we already know how Elise is playing. So it's weird to see the French public discovering Elise only now. Do you know what I mean? They've only discovered him. They discovered him this year only. Before, I'm sure that prior to last season, maybe no French fan knew who Elise was. And yeah, he's had to do a lot of press conference interviews and independent interviews where, to be fair, for somebody who has been living in England his whole life, his French is really good. So yeah, I'm expecting a lot of things from him, but, you know, he's going to grow into the group and people will see his quality, you know, year after year after year. But 2026, he's definitely looking like a contender, 100%. Now on to Kylian Mbappe, man. Kylian Mbappe, it's a difficult one as well, because you'd think during the Euros he was basically catastrophic for him. He didn't have a good Euros at all. But you'd like to think, okay, during the Euros, there was a bit of uncertainty in terms of, was he going to stay at PSG, or he's got his move in mind to Real Madrid? And you'd think, okay, after he made his move to Real Madrid, he's going to start focusing now. I don't know. The start of the season at Real Madrid wasn't the best. And even when I see him play for France, he doesn't look at his best, man. And it brings me back to 2 or 3 seasons ago when Galtier was managing PSG and Kylian Mbappe was played in the number 9 by Galtier. And Mbappe didn't like it. So he went on Instagram, and after every post he posted in a story, excuse me, he added the hashtag pivot gang, because in French, playing in the number 9 means pivot, which basically means you're dropping deep and making sure others around you are fed, others around you are brought into the game. But the name, the word pivot in English doesn't have the same significance as the word pivot in French, but you get my point. So he would then, in English, he would probably say striker, right? At PSG then, because he didn't like to play in that position, after every game that may have gone well or may have not gone well, especially the games that didn't go well, he would then post something on his story and add the hashtag, in French, pivot gang. So hashtag pivot gang, which basically means that he didn't like to play in that position, but he was making it clear to everyone around the world that he did not like to play in that number 9 position. And obviously he prefers the left, so you can drift in and then shoot. My issue with that is the following. You're the captain now, right? Despite your slow start at Madrid, you're the captain of the French national team. You have to perform no matter what. You have to lead by example, or if you're not going to be a vocal leader, you have to lead by example, and your performances have to do the talking. The same way he done at the World Cup 2022. He's not the most vocal guy. Maybe, you've seen a few clips in there of him talking in the dressing room, but he doesn't seem like somebody who's vocal 24/7. So he's going to have to lead with performances. And I'm sorry, you're the captain now, like I said. Whether the manager plays you as a right winger, left winger, or striker, you have to do your job. You have to get the job done, and you just have to bite your tongue and get on with it. You have to bite your tongue and get on with it, because this, I don't want to call it an excuse, but this explanation that, yeah, but he prefers the left. Brother, right now, Barcola's better than you on the left. So that position is not for you no more, my guy. Sorry. Sorry to be so brutal, but it is what it is. You have to perform in that number 9 position. And you have to make sure, because you're the captain and you're the main guy now, you have to start demanding balls, demanding passes, demanding crosses into the box. And when the ball does come to you, then it's up to you to make the difference. So I was a bit disappointed, man. And he just looks lost out there, man, when he doesn't play on that left-hand side. And those are the signs of somebody that's been spoiled for so long. Because he knew very well that going into Real Madrid, he wasn't going to get that spoiled. Because at Real Madrid, Vinny can play on the left, Rodrigo can play on the left, but sometimes they have to sacrifice themselves and play elsewhere because they know it's for the betterment of the team. And I think that Mbappe has to start learning that. He has to start developing his game as a number 9. Pace is not always going to work. You have to start being more intelligent. Drop deep, link up play, making sure when to run. Do you know what I mean? Make the fake run, hold the line, come inside, and then make the run, making sure you're not offside, hold the run if needed, hold the run if necessary. We've seen it with Haaland when he held his run perfectly against West Ham and then somebody played him in deep. So he has to start learning that stuff. Do you know what I mean? You can't really say that he's a youngster anymore. He's going to turn 26. So these things should have been instilled in him already, especially now that he's a captain. So yeah, man, Mbappe, yeah, there's some work to do there, bro. Like I said, Didier Deschamps needs to, reflect on his favoritism. Didier Deschamps needs to, check his favoritism. It's very questionable. You know what I mean? I feel like he started Barcola and Elise because of the media pressure. And because he saw that it didn't work or he had a loss, he's going to revert back to what he knows, which is his trusted guys. So it wouldn't surprise me if in the next game against Belgium, there's going to be some changes. Italy, on the other hand, hats off to Spalletti, man, because the way they crashed out in the Euros that was embarrassing, bro. Probably one of the worst displays I've seen from Italy in a long, long time, apart from them not qualifying for major competitions for like 2 years in a row or something. It was very, very good to see them in those type of spirits, in that type of setting. Bro, I have to say, some of the plays that stood out to me, Calafiori, oh my God. Bro, Arsenal got themselves a gem, man, I can't lie. Arsenal, you lot, yeah. I know we're sitting here trolling and sometimes we troll each other. I troll my guys when it's the guys that support Arsenal and all that. I troll them, but reality is they've got a gem in their squad. And bro, I swear he had something like more than 50 passes completed or something like that. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, bro. What's his name in midfield? Sandro Tonali. Oh my word. He needed that break. That break, or that ban rather, that was his time. It really rejuvenated him. It really rejuvenated him, bro. Because he looked like an absolute animal out there, bro. Defensively, offensively, helping out in defense, helping out in attack. The little link up we've seen with Di Marco, oh, what a finish for that goal, bro. What a strike, bro. That little flick in the air from Tonali, bro, that was sublime, absolutely sublime. And like I said, Italy's forward line was causing hella havoc. You didn't know who was where. Fratesi, Retegui, and then in the second half, Raspadori came on, Moise Kean. Like, bro, they were all over the place in a positive way. And they were causing hella problems for France. And I believe Spalletti may have found a formula there. Even the squad that he announced, a lot of people raised eyebrows and a lot of people asked questions. Is he really good? This, that, and yeah. Absolutely spot on. The changes in the second half, Udogie that came on as well. Destiny Udogie had a really good little spell very good little cameo, when he came on in the second half. So Spalletti got himself a good team there, man. If he can just manage to keep that chemistry alive, bro, Italy, yeah, they've got some stuff to show us, man. They've definitely got some stuff to show us. So, yeah, and of course, Pellegrini had a decent game, in my opinion. But yeah, maybe you guys think otherwise, but let me know in the comment section below. So, yeah, man, Italy fully deserved this win, bro, because they didn't have an overload of chances, but the chances they did have, which half of them were caused by mistakes from France, bro, you have to take those chances because, there's only so much you can do. So when a team makes mistakes, you have to take advantage of it. So they did take advantage and scored the goals, man. So, yeah, man, congratulations to Italy because it's not easy, man. Conceding after 13 seconds, sometimes you can lose your head. but they stayed calm, bro. They stayed calm, and yeah, they managed the game very well. Italians are not really known to panic anyway. They keep their calm. They played with purpose, knocking the ball around with purpose, keeping possession with purpose, not just for possession keeping's sake. It was really good. It was a really good display. Another thing on Deschamps, he needs to start watching his back, because there are two legends lurking in the back, Thierry Henry and Zinedine Zidane. And I'll tell you what, the president of the French FA will not hesitate to pick up his phone and call either of them. And I'm sure whoever's phone's going to ring, they're picking that stuff up real quick, because they're going to know. As soon as they see that name, French FA president, they're picking up. And if the job's being offered, either of them, Zidane, Henry, they're saying yes, 100%. So, yeah, man, that's my word. If you've made it to the end of this video, go into the comment section and type in volley, because that goal from Di Marco was amazing. If you've made it to the end of this video, go into the comment section and type in volley. That's it from me, man. That's it from me. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, share, comment as well in the comment section below. If you're French, if you're Italian, if you like international football, get involved in the comments. And make sure you follow me on TikTok, on Twitter, on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, same name as my YouTube, at Aaron Chikaya, AaronCikaya. So yeah, make sure you follow me on there, on those platforms. And yeah, man, I will see you soon. I am out ski, baby.